Carl Dahm here, representing my YouTube channel called Real P&L. On Thursday, May 14th, 2020, I signed up for Dan Parker's True Trader. I'm taking the course to share my experience. Notice that below I don't have an affiliate link for TrueTrader.net. That's because I'm here to give my real experience and my honest opinion. I want to make it clear that I'm not going to be giving away any proprietary information regarding Dan Parker or TrueTrader.net. I'm only going to give my personal experience over taking the course on a daily basis. One of the things I wanted to get out there was, what are my expectations in this course? And so I put together a little clip here of Dan, because I see him all the time on YouTube. And so if I show you this clip, I think you'll get a good idea of what my expectations are going in. So let me show you that.
And it works every single day, especially in the first 30 to 60 minutes of the market open, for consistent daily profits with minimal risk. I can make 2 to 5% per day trading these names with minimal risk in the first hour of the morning. I'm cash by the close every single day. System to make returns on your account every single morning. Only way to make consistent profits in the market is to look for 2 to 5% trades every single day in the first half an hour of the morning. I am probably the best trader online that's public and showing all of his trades live for real on his site and in his room, and calling them live in real time over the mic and screen share. Everyone sees it. I have nothing to hide. I make 2 to 5% trading stocks every single day, playing real liquid names like Visa and Disney. What you can do and what's legal is day trading stocks every single morning for 2 to 5% gains. I know how to make money in the first 30 minutes of the market open and never holding any positions overnight. I hate overnight risk. I hate gap downs. I just hate it. 30 minutes, boom, bang, I'm done. I'm off to enjoy my day. Now you can pretty much copy me for 2 to 5% gains every single morning. I'll see you soon.
This video is on week 3 with TrueTrader.net. The third week started Monday, June 1st and ended Friday, June 5th in 2020. In one of my earlier videos, I was struggling a little bit with trade execution. You probably remember one of the videos in the past. And I actually talked to somebody from Thinkorswim, and they didn't even, whoever I talked to was the wrong guy, because they didn't figure out how to make this happen. So I kind of figured it out on my own while I was playing around. After a couple weeks, I figured this out. So this is like week number 3 when I started trading like this. So first of all, you're in your charts, and you've got your side tab here, and you've got your trade tab. And so I set it up to where you have your stock and your positions, and of course the chart. And I put this chart over here, kind of the daily chart. Don't really look at it too much. I'm really focused in on this. Immediately, the first thing I do is when I hear something called out, I'll put in the symbol, and then I will immediately look at the price. That's a $300 stock, so I'll probably go with 100 shares, you know. Or if it's a let's just go to this one. Okay, that's a $56 stock. I'll probably go with 500 shares. Boom, I hit the 500 right there, and then I will be ready to execute. Now, I always see, this is the problem I was having, where I had to do multiple steps. Right here, you just put the stop limit order. That's the parent order. So that's the order that's going to happen when I put it in. So let's say that I wanted to get long here at 55 or 55.85. So I'll just put my cursor there. I'll right click and hit buy and send. And you can see that I have 500 shares ready to buy at that level. That's because I put the 500 in there. Or I can do the same thing if I wanted to short. I come up above the market, right click, sell, and it's already set for 500 shares, and it's at a stop limit. And so I hit that. So that's how I execute my trades right now. And so I can kind of get in there. I can kind of put it like right there, and I can say I'm going to buy right there, and it'll fill based on where the price is. So I wanted to go over that as one of the things that I learned. I know there are faster ways to do this with hotkeys, but I want to just show you the way that I'm comfortable trading, because I can get into a stock within about a second, 2 seconds, maybe 3. I can just boom, figure it out. I know the symbol, I see how much it is, I decide how many shares, I put that in right away. This is already set. I know what level I want to get in. I right click right there. So this can all happen within about 1 to 3 seconds. So it's pretty quick. Maybe not as quick as some of the other guys with the hotkeys, but this works for me. And I just wanted to let you know that I updated the way that I execute the trades because the guy at Thinkorswim that I talked to, he wasn't knowledgeable in terms of being able to set this up this way. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into my daily recaps. Today is day 11 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is Monday, June 1st, 2020. Coming into today, my thoughts were there are recommendations for every day before the market opens. So there's stocks to watch, but I can't do limit orders. I can only do maybe 1 or 2 limit orders because I don't have enough buying power, because my goal is to make 2% per day. So I have to put trades in at a level high enough to where I'm going to try to make 2%. And when I put trades in, my buying power goes away. My limit orders when I put them in. Today's stats. In the first hour of trading, I had 12 canceled orders, 1 rejected order. I had 2 filled orders. Dan had 0 stocks traded. So here are some of the insights I had. There was another guy on there today, I think his name is Ricky. He took 1 point, but I didn't see it on the screen. I just heard him call it out. I don't know if that is going to be part of the results on the website. I'll check that later, because the results usually show up about a week later. Dan did call out to put out an open order, which a lot of times he calls it out early. Like he says, if the stocks say for at 100, he says, okay, I'm going to get long at 99. So like you have a little bit of time to kind of put your order in there, like your limit orders. And so he called one out for a stock, and I tried to put it on, and you can see here it got rejected because I tried to go short and it wasn't available to short. I'm not sure how he was able to put his order in, but he didn't eventually, neither of us traded it, so we really don't know if he would have been able to get that one on. I was following him. He was calling out this one stock. I call it stock number 2 of the day. And he put in an order. I saw the order, so I copied it because, you know, like I said, he'll call it out before it actually reaches there. And my order got filled, and I looked over at his screen, and he moved his down. So he didn't get filled. I did, but I was trying to copy him. On that, he also broke those orders into a third, and a third. So if the market continued, or if the stock continued to move down, we were getting long. If the market continued to move down, we would add a third, and if it went down again, we'd add another third. But none of that happened. The only fill was the highest order, the easiest one to fill, and he didn't even get filled because he moved his order down, tried to get a better fill at the last second, which I didn't even notice until after I filled. He did talk about making a trade that could happen at any point in the day, but again, I'm in and out of there in an hour, so I don't care about those. And I was also getting an order error, which is kind of interesting. I was trying to put in a limit order, not that I was going to get filled on it, because Dan never got filled, so I'm sure I would have never got filled. And it says, well, it rejected my order because the price increment needs to be at 1 cent increments. But when I looked to place my order, I couldn't put it in at 1 cent increments. I can only put it in at something beyond 1 cent, 0.015. And I guess the only way to put that in would have been manually, but I just kind of was trying to do it, with the format in a quick way, and I couldn't get that order in, which didn't end up being significant anyways. So I did flatten out at 7:30. I just closed everything out and actually made, as you can see here, $68. This trade was down at one point. It just happened to be at 7:30. It was up, so I got out. Made a little bit of money. Compared to my modern options portfolio today, I looked at the portfolio for literally 5 seconds and knew that I didn't have to make any adjustments, and I was done for the day. And I've made almost 5% this month with my options portfolio. So just to recap, I had 12 canceled orders, 1 rejected. I had 1 stock traded for a $68 gain. My goal is to make 2% or around $500, so I was not able to do that. Dan had 0 stocks traded for $0 gain or loss. On May 15th, I started my account with $25,000. My current account balance is $25,662. And there you have it for day 11. It's day 12 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020. Coming into today, my thoughts were, I haven't seen Dan take a loss in the first hour, but I can't remember if he ever gives a stop loss, like right when he gets into a trade. And I'm going to kind of pay attention to that today, see if he gets into a trade, whether he calls out a stop or a loss level. Today's stats are, I had 7 canceled orders, 4 rejected orders, 4 filled orders. Dan had 1 stock traded. And here are some of the insights that I had today. Dan called out a short on, let's just call it stock number 1, and I could not get short. I'm in Thinkorswim, and I noticed in the chat room there were a few people that were also, they couldn't get short. And I guess it has to do with Thinkorswim. Dan did make money on the trade. He made approximately 70 cents, but I don't know for sure because he didn't show his executions on his screen today. So this is the first day that I didn't see any type of fills on his screen. He called it out. He said he did that, but I don't know for 100% sure, and I don't know how many shares. And then one of the things that happened today was, see this alert right here? You can kind of put it wherever you like. Dan will have alerts on a screen like this, and when they hit the alert, I've seen him execute trades. So when I see alerts like that, I put in orders to be executed. And so today I saw an alert on a specific stock, let's call it stock number 2. And so I put in an order to be filled at that alert level. Well, his alert went off and my order got executed. And so I got into a trade that he did not get into. And so when I did get into the trade, you can see I got in here with 800 shares at a price of about $3.51. I went long. And so one of the things that was interesting was when I went to get short, or in other words, I went to put in my stop. So for example, say I was long 800 shares, and then I went to put in my stop. So I'll just kind of right click here, and then I'll go to sell. And I need to make this a stop limit. And so when I hit this, I had 800 shares, no problem. Right? I'm going to short 800 shares up here, which it showed. So it's up here waiting to fill my order. But when I went to go ahead and put my stop loss in down below, and I went to go put my 800 shares in, it wouldn't take my order because there's no shares available to short, right? So I can only short the shares that I actually have. So what I had to do is I had to split that order in half. And so I had 400 shares where I would take a loss and 400 shares where I'd take a gain, but I couldn't put the full 800 shares in there because I only owned 800 shares. I couldn't short anything extra. So one of the things I did, I had another trade execution error. So when I went to, for example here, sell, and I went down below what the market was, and I went to send in the order, I forgot to put, it was just a limit order again, I forgot to put the stop, either stop or stop limit, and it filled my order right away, of course. So I got filled for 400 shares right at the market, but I actually got filled at a profit, so at a slight profit, about a $40 profit. So I actually made money on accident, and then I immediately got back in and lost about 7 cents when I got back in, but I did lower my basis. In other words, my 800 shares now cost me less money, so I had the ability to make more money because of that mistake. But just again, you know, looking at trade execution, make sure, so I'm right clicking here, I'm going to buy or sell, but I got to make sure we go in here and we put this, the limits order is okay to put in when you want to buy, but when you already have a position, you want to get stopped out, make sure you use a stop on here. So I've done that twice now. I've made a trade execution error, and I think both times they worked out in my favor anyways. No, actually one time it did not work out in my favor, and one time it did. So just a little bit about trade execution. Also, earlier in the day, I wanted to pay attention to if Dan put on a position, did he immediately call out where he was going to take a stop loss? He did call out a position. He did put a position on. I did not see it. And he did not call out when he was going to take a loss. I specifically paid attention to that. So I thought that was interesting. So just to recap, I had 7 canceled orders, 4 rejected orders due to the inability to short. I had 1 stock traded. I lost $156. Dan had 1 stock traded for a round of 60 to 70 cent gain. I don't know how much money because it didn't show on the screen how many shares that he traded. And on May 15th, I started this account with $25,000, and my current balance is $25,506. So there you have it for day 12. It's day 13 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is June 3rd, 2020. Coming into today, my thoughts were maybe I should try to trade without help, but I still have many unanswered questions. So I need to stick to following along to make sure that I get those A+ trades. Today's stats are I had 15 canceled orders, I had 0 filled orders, Dan had 1 stock traded. Here are some of the insights of the day. Dan traded a stock, we'll just call it stock number 1, and he did it very quickly, and by the time I tried to put in my order, that stock had already gone away. He was already in profit, and he literally took profits within about 10 seconds. He took half his position off. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should have my orders in before the market opens, but I can't do that because I only have so much buying power. So it's kind of like, do I need to just pick, there's 10 stocks that are in play, maybe I just pick 2 of them and hope that those are the ones. But I learned today that if it's a small cap, you don't leave open orders, live orders in there. You watch it and you place the orders so you don't get hit by the market. I also learned that the market was actually running up pretty good in the morning, and therefore I should not be shorting anything according to the system. So I canceled all of my open orders that were looking to short at that time when I had learned that situation. Compared to my modern options portfolios, I have this larger portfolio, I have the smaller one, and those guys didn't require any adjustments today. I looked at them for about 10 seconds and I was done for the day. Of course, I always look at them during the day, but I know I don't have to do anything. So just to recap, I had 15 canceled orders. I had 0 stocks traded for a 0 gain or loss. Dan had 1 stock traded. He made $936. And on May 15th, I started with $25,000. My current account balance is $25,506. And there you have it for day 13. It's day 14 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is Thursday, June 4th, 2020, and I'm here to give my opinion. And coming into today, my thoughts were, I want those A+ trades, but new rules seem to be added to the mix, and so I'm not feeling comfortable that I'm ready to trade on my own, so I want to just follow along. Today's stats are I had 16 canceled orders, I had 1 filled order. So here are some of the insights that I had. There was another new rule added today. I don't remember that being a part of the course, this particular rule that was talked about today. Compared to my modern options portfolio, which has one larger account with portfolio margin, one smaller account with regular margin. I just looked at it for a few seconds. The positions in both accounts are close to hitting their profit target and filling with my good till canceled orders that are just set up automatically. So just to recap, I had 16 canceled orders. I had one stock traded for, you can see here, $80 profit. Now my goal is to make $500 to $600 a day, because that would be over that 2% mark. And my opinion is that Dan did not make over 2% trading today. And on May 15th, I started my account with $25,000, and my current balance is $25,586. And there you have it for day 14. It is day 15 with Dan Parker and TrueTrader.net. Today is the 5th of June, 2020. The information in this video is my opinion and my experience. Coming into today, my thoughts were, I'm losing confidence at this point that I'm going to be able to hit my goal of 2% return on my account today. It's only happened one time in the last 14 days. Today's stats are, the first hour of trading, I had 7 canceled orders. I had 0 fills. Here are some of the insights for the day. I was looking forward to seeing Dan, his positions, but another guy kind of took over and he was showing his screen on the live stream. And unfortunately, I did not get to see any of the trades that were executed. All I saw were a bunch of graphs. And this guy called out trades that he made. And in my opinion, I don't really know whether those trades were made or not, because I didn't get to see them executed. And he did say that he made a very high dollar amount. But in my opinion, I don't know if he really did that or not, because I did not see the trades executed on the screen. Compared to my modern options portfolio, one larger account, one smaller account, my larger account hit profit target yesterday. So what happened was it just filled an order. I wasn't there at the time. Came in today, put on a new position. Took me about 10 minutes. And so yeah, I spent maybe 10 minutes today on my portfolio account, but I am making money on it too. So just to recap, I had 7 canceled orders. I had 0 stocks traded for 0 gain. My goal is to make 2 to 5% per day in the first hour of trading, which is approximately $500 or more. I did not hit that goal. My opinion is that Dan's account in the first hour of trading today did not even come close to making 2%. On May 15th, I started my account with $25,000. My current balance is $25,586. And there you have it for day 15. So just a week 3 recap. I've been 15 days into this course, and I'm looking to make 2% or about approximately $500 per day. My balance at this point should be about, well, 15 times 5, that's $7,500 plus 25,000 that I started with. So it should be about $32,500. But my balance is $25,586. So I am up, but it's 2.3% in 3 weeks, not 2 to 5% per day. Nowhere close to the $32,500. Now my calculations are that Dan is approximately up about 5% over the last 3 weeks. Overall, please notice that I spent $395 on this course. I spent over 30 hours taking this course, and I spent at least another 3 hours on this particular video. If you feel like you've gotten any value out of this, all I ask in return is that you subscribe, hit the like button, and the notification bell. You want to hit that bell so you can see my opinion behind the paywall on the next course that I take.